3 times that didn't work, so let's see if we're live now. We're gonna find out in a second probably. Oh, but I just got alerts, so it must be really live this time. Jesus, 3 times I wasn't live and the thing crashed. And I had to restart. Ridiculous. Ridiculous! Ridiculous! Hope you guys hit that like button and stick that thumb up my ass right now. That's the first thing that we gotta do here. Tell everybody to refresh in the chat if they don't see the stream. Yeah, because even mine started and it didn't start. Even mine started. It didn't refresh, so. Yeah, 'cause even mine started. So what's up to everybody? Live from the bedroom, baby. We are live from the bedroom. I feel that saucy, man, down below in the downstairs region. You know what I mean? I feel that saucy. Actually, where are we here? I'll get it right here. We'll make sure it works. Make sure we're not slipping off or sliding off. Getting all slippery and wet. You want to get slippery and wet with me? Let's find out. We're getting to the point where I need to shave my face again. Like, this is getting a little crazy. You know, I don't even care what Leah thinks. If she likes it or doesn't like it. I've just been lazy recently, not shaving anything. And I'm starting to look like kind of a creepo. Like, which is fine because I'm down with scaring people. You know, that's the one thing I will say is definitely down with being moist and slippery. But it's still not even close to what it was a year ago. Remember a year ago when I didn't shave for 8 months? Dude, you guys remember, I didn't shave for 5 months. And I looked like, dude, I looked insane. I don't know how else to say it. I looked crazy. Let me move this because we're losing light near the window, I guess. You know, I thought it'd be nice to sit in the light. You know, that's why I didn't want to, that's why I'm not in the basement right now, because I was like, man, the office room in the basement is so damp feeling, even though we got, you know, the dehumidifiers running and stuff like that. Just so dark. There's no windows. You know, I spend hours in there and it's just dark. So this is one of those days that, like, you know, I really want to sit, you know, by the window, let the sun's energy hit me. Feel pretty good about that. There's a whole bunch of little tidbits of news out today that I kind of want to talk about a little bit before tonight's AEW review.
Shit bomb!
Oh, damn.
You become a shit bomb.
Michael!
How much for you to do the milk crate challenge?
Dude, is the milk crate challenge the thing I'm seeing where, like, people are, like, trying to climb up to the top of milk crates and, like, fall on their face? That I'm seeing everywhere? I'm seeing it. First of all, I wouldn't have the milk grates or crates. Is it grates or crates? Are they grates or crates? To me, they're crates. But maybe they're grates. I don't know. What's the difference between a grate and a crate? Like, I don't even know what that is. You know what I mean? I'm pretty crazy. I would probably do it, and there probably is less of a chance of me dying or getting hurt because I'm pretty agile. You know what I mean? Like, but I have noticed that my body has failed me slightly in being out of shape. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I've fallen and put my hand down to stop myself from getting hurt, which is great. But then, like, I stretch a tendon in my hand and it rips or something, and then my hand is injured for like 6 weeks. You know, stupid shit like that. I mean, last winter, you guys remember when I fell on my porch, when I fell down my stairs? I mean, it's a steep drop, dude. Actually, you can see them if I show you the stairs. Let me show you the stairs. It's a steep drop, dude. I slipped on the top step, and I'm working on this before winter happens. The steps, so we're kind of on a hill area where our house, the hill's like this, and our house is built right here. And so then when you come out of the house, there's just this runaway hill that's downward. And when you come out the steps, I noticed the steps they built are slightly unevenly facing downward. Now, I don't know if they face them that way or if the ground has moved and warped them slightly. But the bottom line is, if you take and Michael Sachs, thank you for the $2, man. Thank you, brother. if you take a leveler and you level the stairs and look at them, you'll see that the level slightly faces that way. So not only are you on a hill already, but you come outside and you start running down the hill. So you slip on the stair if it's slippery, and it's super dangerous. I slipped on the top stair. I landed on the bottom stair.
Don't mind if I do.
What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
I got coffee.
Sup Joe, did you hear about the limited edition Xbox Series 10 Halo console coming out in November?
Yes, I did. I'll never have it, but I heard about it, and just like every other Halo limited edition thing, I never got them ever. So I'll never have it, but I saw it and it looks really cool, and yeah, man, super interesting, super into that. But yeah, I'm never gonna have that. ADTR, thank you, man. What's up? McAfee got COVID? Are you serious? That means they like gave it to everybody over at SummerSlam. Are you serious? McAfee has COVID? Is that for real? Holy shit. Are you serious? So, obviously Ghostbusters 2016 was a pile of crap. Well, let me show you the stairs that we're talking about before we move on to the next topic really quickly. And yeah, McAfee is definitely the MVP of WWE. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Alright, let's see if we can show you the stairs first before we move on to the next thing, okay? Let's see if we can do that. There's a good, I guess, look, right? See the stairs? I think this is a good look. Let's see if we can zoom in. Is there too much? There, I fixed it. Fixed the audio. Yeah, I was saying, because the house is on a peak like this, if you jump out of the back of the house, like, you might live, but if you jump out of the front of the house, you're probably dead, because you got a way long way to fall. You know. By the way, look at my fat hands. See how fat my hands are? Like, I have big mittens, like big mitts of hands. Like, people always bring that up, especially when they see me on video. Even when I'm skinny, even if I was 200 pounds or 190. It's like my fucking, I got bare hands and shit. I think the audio's back. I think we're good now. I got mutton hands. I got something. I got like just these big fat hands. And even if I'm skinny, you know, even if I lose 25, 30 pounds and I'm eating right and killing it and stuff like that, this is still here. Like, these are still, like, these just, I don't know what the hell it is, dude. It's weird. Yeah, the Nirvana lawsuit is just years too late. This guy is suing Nirvana, the estate of Nirvana, or whatever, because he's the baby on the cover of Nevermind that's naked, swimming through the water, and he's trying to claim it's child porn. And listen, everybody, you know, we all know how messed up Hollywood is and weird stuff is and stuff like that, but, you know, a baby, like, we all know, you know, you see naked babies, that's a different thing. Babies are, you know, I don't know, bro, like, babies, you get away with naked babies because babies are babies, man. Like, dude, you know, I don't know. I always thought it was a little weird. You know, I did think it was a little bizarre when the album came out. Like, I always thought that stuff was weird. I always thought that cover was a little bizarre. But I was like, whatever, okay, that's weird. I can't believe they can do that, but okay. But it's a little too late, isn't it, to be suing them now? I just don't understand. It doesn't make any sense to me. The lawsuit should have came a long time ago if it was going to come. And, I mean, somebody signed off something somewhere, right? I don't think he's going to have any kind of anything. To me, this, like, reeks of, like, okay, I'm 30-something years old now, I've got nothing going on, I'm desperate. What can I do? How can I possibly make something happen? You know, and I hope the guy gets paid something, you know, if that's the problem, because I don't really believe he believes that it's some kind of child porn thing. I mean, maybe he does. Maybe he thinks this is what Hollywood always does and did, and somebody... The guy who came up with this, I don't know any more to the story than you guys do. Maybe there's more to the story that I don't know about. But I just think it's not going to hold up. It's too late. You know, it's too way far gone. You know, I mean, I know that it's him, but somebody signed off on it, you know. If you want to sue anybody, sue your parents for signing off on it if they did, right? If his parents signed off on it, they're the ones that he should be suing. You know, I don't think he should be suing. I don't think he can sue Nirvana. I think you'd have to sue whoever consented to that. So I'm pretty sure that that's who you'd be suing is your parents. You know, it doesn't make any sense to sue them. My daughter is 2 and runs around naked with underpants half the time. I mean, right, you're around, I don't know, man, I think you're around the age, Icy, that, like Finn is 5, and he runs around the house sometimes with, just boxers on, you know, but I mean, you know, it's hot out, and he's running around with boxers on. It's really just when you have company over and stuff like that, you know, you sort of start explaining to them, like, okay, you gotta put clothes on if you want to go outside, you want to put clothes on. As long as they know, like, oh, when I go outside, I gotta put clothes on, or oh, when people come over, I gotta put clothes on. You know, they'll just figure it out at that point. So, I don't know. Finn is. None of my kids had the problem where they take their clothes off all the time or things like that. Finn is definitely someone who does like to just wear boxers or shorts, and will take his shirt off all the time and things like that. But that's really not a problem at all. So, like, it's up to you whenever you want to do that. You know, not a big deal. Nick Khan said he wished Raw was 4 hours. Yeah, I mean, I saw that he said he wished the Raw was 4 hours or something like that. It's like, yeah, you know, I think that statement's overblown. I get what he's saying. He's just saying he wants to make more money, right? I mean, you wish Raw could be 8 hours, because if you could do 8 hours, then you'd have more ad revenue. So it's like, I don't know what the split is on the ad revenue of USA Network and WWE. I'm assuming WWE gets like 30% or 20% of the ad revenue or something like that, you know, because USA Network pays for Raw up front. So I'm assuming that obviously USA Network is going to get the bulk of the ad revenue to make that money back that they pay WWE in the first place, although WWE does get a percentage of it. But, you know, I don't think that I don't think Nick Khan was really trying to say, like, let's make Raw 4 hours. You know, I think he was sort of saying, like, yeah, I'd love Raw. That'd be really good if we could get Raw to 4 hours or 8 hours, you know, 10 hours. Of course. Of course it'd be good if Raw was 10 hours for business, for money. But obviously you can't do that, and that's stupid. Now, you know, I wouldn't put it past Vince McMahon and them to have a concept of WWE called WWE Day, where, like, there's a whole day where WWE is live on a channel somewhere from the beginning of the, like, all day long on a Monday, right? So, like, on a Monday or on a Tuesday, WWE is live from 9 a.m. to 3 a.m. non-stop WWE content. They put on a live show, and then before that and after that, they air all kinds of, you know, old matches, old history, old content, almost like the WWE channel, which is something that they almost did before they had the WWE Network. But now that they have the WWE Network, all the content's on Peacock. So I don't know how Peacock would feel about that. But it could be a way to advertise Peacock, where they say, like, hey, why not always just be able to hit a button and watch any of these matches or any matches ever from any time? We're available on Peacock, you know. I could see WWE doing a deal like that with a network. And WWE for that would probably receive, you know, a couple of $1 million, you know, somewhere between 10 to 25 to 30 million dollars for a program every week that's 24/7 on one day on some obscure channel somewhere. I don't know, or some NBC affiliate or something like that. I don't know. This is the kind of crap that they do. That they're more interested in how weird can we make money than, you know, what kind of content are we putting out. You know what I mean? Like it makes no sense whatsoever. You know, it doesn't make sense. It's like I always use myself as an example, because using me as an example is a really interesting thing on my channel and my show, right? Like in 2017, my shit blew up so big, and I had so many people helping me at the time, and so many co-hosts and friends and people that were on my channel that we had just, it wasn't enough content. People wanted every day all kinds of stuff. So I was able to create multiple different shows, put them up behind a paywall, and then I was able to create multiple live streams for free as well. And you guys remember I launched Throwdown. You know what I mean? When I launched Throwdown, that was basically like, wow, monetize this is so hot, and stuff is so hot that, you know, there's some people that don't get on monetize this. We have so many friends and co-hosts and people. You know, let's launch something called Throwdown. And the idea of Throwdown was going to be just me kind of really going into one topic, and then at the end bringing on some people to talk about it. And, you know, what happened eventually is not only did so many people leave my show or decide they don't want to be YouTubers anymore, or decide they don't want to be on YouTube anymore, or whatever, the trolls chase people away, or they decided to leave, or people got busy at work schedules and stuff like that, that the more people left and the more shows went away, you know what I mean, the content decreased. And so then it was like, well, how can we still make money? How can I still make the money I need to make while still being able to do this? So it became like, it's crazy, man. I feel like I can see what WWE deals with because I deal with it myself. But so you're always trying to find a way, like, how can we, you know, keep funding the show, you know? But the answer usually is, the number one answer is usually to provide good content. If you provide really good content for people, and honest content, and the content that they want, you know, with what you can do, then you're gonna probably do pretty well. Like, that's number one, as long as you're delivering to. But in WWE's case, that's not the case, you know. And I know that, you know, I don't really have Throwdown much anymore. We don't really do it much anymore because, you know, it wouldn't have been good content. It would have just been the same couple of people from Monetize This on Throwdown. So that's out the window. And now, and what I've really gone back to is just me. It's really just about me. This channel started about me, and it's always been me, and maybe a couple other people now that I have coming on. But really, I tried to create this network here, and this whole like huge thing in my channel. But as people had to go back to jobs and work and wanted to leave and things like that, you know, we had to shrink it back down again. So, but WWE is doing something different. They would rather not provide any of the content that anybody wants. All they care about is getting paid or getting the money from somewhere. How can we diversify ourselves to make money? And it seems like they don't care about the content at all, you know. And I don't understand that, you know, like Vince McMahon would never say that he's mad that they screwed up, or that he's mad he couldn't get somebody to stay. Instead, Vince just says, you know, oh, you know, perhaps we could just give them some more talent, or whatever he said. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't understand that. You know, like, that's, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I don't know what his point with that is, or with anything is, or what's, you know, his fault or not. So, you know, I couldn't tell you. I know that Vince could have kept all these people. He could have figured out a way to keep them. He could have got it, you know, whereas with me, it's like, no, I really couldn't have done that. People just could not stay, or whatever. So it's it's like, I don't know, and I get why they're making so much money. I mean, it'd be crazy if I made a show tomorrow called Joe Cronin Speaks About Animals. You know what I mean? Like, and it made a bunch of money, but it wasn't like the stuff that we really wanted. You know what I mean? That you guys really wanted. It was weird, but it made a bunch of money. But I don't have a way of doing that. I don't have some kind of sponsor that I can get tomorrow or something like that. Like, sure, I could reach out to someone and say, hey, listen, I get 350,000 views a month. I'm looking for a sponsor for $2,000 a month, and you know, you'll get a million views every 3 months from unique viewers they're not even subbed to my channel. They're unique viewers. Is it worth it to you to receive 8 to 10 million views a year? And if they're like, yeah, over the course of a year we get 10 million views on a product, yeah, you know, that's going to happen. Well, I'm looking for $2,000. You know, okay, cool. Well, I'll do a show about your product, which is, you know, animal perfume. And so tomorrow I came on here and I did a show about animal perfume for an hour. You know, it's like most of you guys would be like, what the fuck, dude? I don't give a shit about animal perfume. Like, this is weird. Why is Joe doing a show on animal perfume? But then I was like, oh, yeah. You know, and then I get $2,000 a month from animal perfume. It's like, you would be like annoyed or you wouldn't watch it. You know, it's hard to compare it, you know, in a way, but because we always say that, like, why do the sponsors, you know, Saudi Arabia gives the McMahons and WWE all this money, and it's like, for this, it's really just for their entertainment. That's why it works. Saudi Arabia wants to hold an event of entertainment, so they pay for WWE. It doesn't mean that WWE's entertainment's been good, and it doesn't even mean that WWE's entertainment that night will be good. But they want something. They want to see something, a spectacle of wrestling, and they don't care as much about the stories and the long-term stuff and the week-to-week whatever. They just see it as, man, these people are stars and this is a big production and nobody does anything like this. So we're going to pay a lot of money to have them come in and do whatever they do, and we don't even care. You know, it's like, so that's a weird situation. That would be like think about the equivalent to that. Someone being like, you know, man, I saw you, Joe Cronin. I saw you monetize this show, man. You guys were crazy. You know, you were drinking and flipping out and you jerking off a horse or whatever, and then you were making fun of people. I got this crazy bar downtown. At my bar, man, people are nuts. The guys, it's like a sports bar, and all this weird shit goes on. And man, I would love to see something like your show live at my bar. That'd be fucking crazy. And people come on it, and they could watch it later, and they could be on it, and they could do something, and you could do it live in my bar. Man, I would pay you guys to come in and do that. I would pay you like $500 or $1,000 to do the show live from my bar and tell everybody, you know, advertise the bar and come on and hang out, really. But it's really just to entertain the people at the bar, you know. And it'd be like, am I gonna say no to that? I'm gonna say no to like $500 to $1,000 from somebody who thinks that it's really cool. Now, what does it do by doing this? It doesn't do much. Like, some people at the bar probably don't care that some guy's podcasting live. Maybe some people at the bar think it's cool, but it's really just him wanting the show in his bar for no real reason at all. Maybe I get 15 subs from the people at the bar, you know. Maybe he does. Maybe people do have a better time at the bar. Maybe they have a fun time knowing this is going on. Maybe it seem cooler. I don't know. It really doesn't do much. But I get paid money, and my show could be not good. My show could be trash. My show could be all right. It could be like, oh, okay, it's an all right episode to monetize this, but you know, it's just that's what could happen. Like, I could be paid, and it's like, it's really not that good, but it doesn't matter. That's what WWE does. That's what WWE is doing. They're living off their name and the spectacle. They're living off their name and the spectacle. You know? That's what's been going on. But the good news is I did a podcast yesterday. If you guys heard that, it's an hour and 5 minutes long. It's up on Patreon. Hopefully you guys listened to it. It was a long podcast. I went longer than I expected because I told the story, which was an older story that I'd told once before, but I thought it would be funny to kind of in detail go through it with how crazy this story was. And some of you guys had heard it, some of you guys hadn't, so it worked out pretty good. I don't know if CM Punk will appear on Dark or Elevation. I could see him appearing as a commentator to like evaluate talent, almost to make comments on them, like, yeah, look at this guy. I think this guy's really got something going on with his aerial moves. And CM Punk will be like brutally honest about people. He'll be like, I think he needs to work on this, that, and the other thing. And I think that could be kind of cool. You know, I'm not really that interested in that, but you know, it could be pretty cool to see something like that. But I'd rather just, I don't even care. I just want to see CM Punk. I just want to see him on the main show. You know, back in the day, do I want Hulk Hogan to go on, you know, WWE Superstars and start talking about talent and evaluating talent? It's like, no. Do I want Stone Cold Steve Austin to start evaluating talent on Sunday Morning Slam? It's like, no. So I don't really care if CM Punk does it, because I don't really want him to. I just want CM Punk to come out during Dynamite and things like that and be cool, and that's about it. I don't need him to be doing that stuff. But I get where he could be, and he could do commentary. I'm hyped up about Ghostbusters because people are saying it's good, which is good. It's kind of what I get from it, the vibe that I get, almost like Stranger Things meets Ghostbusters, with respect to the old Ghostbusters, with all the Easter eggs. Of course, Ivan Reitman's son is directing it, so he's obviously really cares about Ghostbusters. He grew up a Ghostbusters fan, loving it, being a mark that his own dad created it. He got to be in the movie, in the second movie. I mean, this guy, you couldn't find probably somebody that loves Ghostbusters more, maybe, in a healthy way. So the only thing I don't think it's really going to have is that old-time, sarcastic, really kind of smart humor. I don't know if we'll ever get that again, the sarcasm of the cast, the old cast. Which, in a way, is okay, I suppose, because the old cast were four guys, and that was their style of comedy amongst themselves, so it makes sense. Not everybody else in the world had their style of, you know, wit or comedy or smarts. So, you know, and Egon's dead. So, will we get it from Bill Murray and them in the movie at some point? Hopefully we do. I really hope we do. I hope there are some jokes written or some smart-ass things written that are like, oh, yeah, that's the Ghostbusters. Holy shit. That's the Ghostbusters. I hope that we get that. I really do. But the fact that a lot of people that I like that review movies and that see movies, a few of them have seen the movie, and they've said it was really awesome and nice and everything, and it's the best movie in the last few years. That really that makes me feel good. So I'm happy that it's not some kind of woke piece of dog shit. Thanks for the $5, ADTR. What's up? And then the Matrix 4 teaser trailer released. We haven't seen it yet, I don't believe, but it's been seen by a lot of people. I guess with Neil Patrick Harris, formerly Doogie Howser, formerly in How I Met Your Mother, right? And Neil Patrick Harris apparently playing a psych person, evaluating Neo, but he's being called Thomas. So it's almost like the beginning of the other Matrix. So I wonder if it's Neo and Trinity waking up in the Matrix again at some point. My theory, and then you see pills are spilling everywhere, and they're talking their fight scenes and stuff like that, and they blah 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 really quickly. Matrix 4. You know, Matrix 1 is such a... I really love the movie. I know some people don't like any of the Matrix movies. I like the first one. The second and third one are like... I like them for nostalgia, and even at the time I was like, man, these movies kind of suck compared to the first one. But yeah, the second and third Matrix were kind of a mess. But I still enjoyed them, but they were trash, kind of, compared to the first one. The first movie, I think, is like an 8 out of 10. And the second and third movies are like 6s, you know. But I enjoy them anyway, even though they're stupid. And hopefully... My only hope is that this movie can be better than the second and third one, you know? If Matrix 4 could be better than the second and third movies, and maybe not as good as the first one, dude, that would be fucking fire. If this movie was a 7 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10 or something like that, I mean, shit, that would be really cool, because I'd be like, alright, we got something going on here. Now, we could be in trouble because of the wokeness of the Matrix. We know that the Matrix directors have become women, both of them. Both of the Wachowski brothers became the Wachowski sisters. However, you know, the movies always kind of did have this sort of androgynous look about them. They hired actors and actresses who were a bit androgynous in the movie, the clothing style, the looks, you know, some of the actors' sexualities and things like that. So, like, I don't. This is not something that's new to these directors, although they've gone further down the rabbit hole and become women. You know, I don't think, I would hope that wouldn't be a prominent thing in the new movie. It could be. I mean, are they going to flip Trinity? That Trinity is really the one or something? I don't know. It could happen. But I'm concerned. You know, I know that she's got, like, you know, kill Trump all over the Twitter and all these things and whatever. But I don't know. Just hopefully it's not woke and shit, you know, and garbage. Morpheus isn't in it, you know. Well, he's in it. They have flashbacks of him, but they didn't bring Lawrence Fishburne in, apparently. So I don't know what's up with that. That's too bad. You know, my theory was always this. My theory was always when Neo got outside of the Matrix at one point on the second, what was it, the second Matrix, he controls the robots somehow. And Trinity is like, how did you do that? Like, how are you doing this outside of the Matrix? I don't understand. And then Neo was all jacked up because of it and everything. So my theory was always that they never got out of the Matrix. So Zion and all that shit, none of that was real. My thoughts was always that was a program that was set to run so people think they could get out of the Matrix. So if somebody woke up in their head and they figured it out, they would then think they got out. That way it wouldn't blow up the program. You know what I mean? So that no one's really out of the Matrix. There's a fail-safe for you to think you're out of the Matrix when you're not out of the Matrix. Which would explain why Neo was able to use powers you would think that were only capable in the Matrix, outside of the Matrix. So that's crazy. But the rules of the Zion or outside the Matrix are still crazy rules designed like that to keep you from realizing it, hopefully. So I don't know. That's what I always thought. Other than that, I have no idea what the new one could possibly be about. In the other Matrixes, they also say that Neo is like the 12th one or the 11th one, or this is the 11th time they've destroyed Zion. It happens all the time. We let a certain group out of the Matrix, and then we reset the Matrix and everything, and this has happened a million times, and like you're not the first one. So is this another reincarnation of that? You know, I don't know what's going on here. So we'll have to wait and find out. Yeah, Married with Children will never be allowed again, Barry Head. There's no doubt about that. No shows will ever really be allowed again. I mean, let's be honest. They're remaking The Office. So I was like, what are they going to call it? The Wokest? Yeah, that'd be funny if Lawrence Fishburne was a porn star in The Matrix 4. That would really be cool. Trinity was the only human to see the real sun in 600 years. That's a good point. That's interesting. Assuming she was really in the real world, you know, like I said. We'll see if it's, you know, woke trash or not. You know, certainly the Wachowskis are very progressive, very out there with lots of things. You know, they're definitely sort of, I don't know about them, but I'm sure they're the type of people that believe in the, like, you know, like 900 different verbs, or, you know, like I'm a female-centric Vespitarian. That means that sometimes I'm a woman on a Tuesday, but on a Wednesday when I wear purple, it means that I'm attracted to men that smell like flowers. Like, they're into all that stuff. That's all crazy. I'm sorry, I can't even remember, like, my goddamn fucking to pay my bills the right way. So I can't remember transhuman, you know, Warlock 7, or a Vespin 5, or you know, he, they, them, you know, Dingleberry. I can barely tell what's a male and a female anymore, let alone like 900 other fucking names. It ain't gonna happen. But I appreciate their dedication to trying to create these names and titles for everybody's sexuality and appetites. Like, how wonderful are you? I mean, amazing. But don't expect almost 98% of anybody to ever fucking know what the fuck you're talking about. Like 600 pronouns that they believe in or something. It's crazy. I don't know. So shout out to the Wachowskis though. They're smart. I mean, no doubt about it. But they're also kind of douchey. Like, they have these movies, and then at the end you're like, dude, that didn't make any sense. Why did this guy do this on that and the other thing? And they're like, you just don't get it. You just don't get it. It's very complex. And you're like, yeah, I just don't get it. You're a fucking asshole. And a lot of the times what it is we must be so smart. That's why you're confused. But it's really just, no, this doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Like, Cloud Atlas. Cloud Atlas didn't work for so many people because Cloud Atlas was like fucking crazy. And then you watch Cloud Atlas and you're like, I kind of get it, and it's kind of interesting, and I do get it in some ways, but in some ways I'm confused here at this. And their answer is just that you don't get it. You know, and maybe you don't, but it's like, fuck, man, that's some weird shit. Like, I could just do a bunch of complicated shit, then not tell you the answer to it. It's like a big goddamn riddle. You know what I mean? It's like if I had the most complicated riddle, but then there was no sense to it at all. Nobody could solve it. You know? If nobody can solve the riddle, is it still a riddle? I don't know. Is it a riddle just because you said it's a riddle? Like, what's up and down and all around but spins at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday? If blown perhaps the right way lapse, I'll see you through to Thursday. I don't get it. I'm trying to think of what that could be. You just don't get it. Sorry. You made it up. What up, Todd Tate? I've read the Bible. I read the entire Bible, Todd. Great book. They ripped off a bunch of other books from years before it. But it's a great book still. Smarter people simplify complex things. Dumber people complicate simple things. That's an interesting comment. That's pretty true about a lot of things sometimes. You're right. That's funny. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. So the Ghostbusters news is good. That a lot of people saw Ghostbusters Afterlife and they liked it and they were really happy about it. Really wanted to tell everybody about it, but they can't because they're under an NDA. So that's going to be fun. I can't wait for Ghostbusters. I'm excited about The Matrix, even though I'm a little worried about The Matrix. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, I don't know. Evan says, Joe, do you believe in conspiracy? You know, I don't know what that means. I don't know what conspiracy. Conspiracies happen all the time for real. Like, you know that, right? Like, the reason why the word conspiracy is a thing, because they really happen. Like, conspiracies really happen quite a lot. So, are you saying conspiracy theorist? Because, I don't know. There's a lot of conspiracy theories that aren't true yet, or that might be proven to be true at some point. Or some that are completely made up and false. But then there are conspiracies that really do happen. So, I'm not sure what that question is 100%, but I think he meant conspiracy theories. So yeah, I mean, yeah, there's for every 10 conspiracy theories, a lot of times one of them is true. So yeah, I mean, like, I don't believe anything 100% until I see full-on proof. But I definitely enjoy talking about them, breaking them down, and keeping an eye on them. To see if they come true, because a lot of times conspiracy theory or conspiracy theories start and they end up being proven to be true sometimes. So yeah, they're worth looking at. You know, I mean, look at all the things that have been right. It's crazy. Look at Alex Jones. Alex Jones has been right about a lot of things that are crazy. You know, he's been wrong about a lot of things, but he's been right about a lot of things that are crazy. You know, was he right about Sandy Hook? It doesn't look like it. Doesn't seem like it. Was he right about Harvey? Was he right about Epstein Island? Yes. Was he right about several other things? Yeah. Was he right at it's like, but that guy just throws stuff at the wall, and he finds a couple things that stick, you know, because he does. It's going to take somebody like that who's nuts to be right about some conspiracy. You know, it's like when people didn't believe about, you know, the president, JFK, you know, talking about how we were going to pretend the Cubans attacked us. It's like people thought that was a conspiracy for a long time, you know? So it's one of those things, you never believe anybody fully 100% on everything, but never dismiss people either, because, you know what I mean, there may be something that, you know, that you missed or whatever, you know. So I just try not to I don't know, I try not to get too overboard about things, but I also keep my mind open, I think, on some things, because there's a lot of shit out there. Halo came out today with the trailer, so that was cool. Pretty excited about that. I'm not going to get the collector's edition, obviously. People keep asking me about the limited edition. I mean, dude, I would never spend money on a collector's edition Halo for myself, you know, unless I hit the lottery or something tomorrow. Then I'd buy a bunch and I'd give them away to you guys or something. But yeah, Ghostbusters Afterlife is November 11th, so it is going to be about the kids. It is going to be heavily about kids, and, you know, obviously, Egon's kid, obviously, that stuff. So that is a little weird, but that is what it's going to be about. So it's going to be essentially, I think, this sort of mystery at the start that leads into I think at some point towards the end of the movie, the original Ghostbusters have to take over or something like that. It's so sad that Egon isn't here. It really sucks that Harold Ramis is dead. That sucks. That when Harold Ramis died, I was like, oh no, we're never gonna get that. Like, that's not gonna happen ever again. Shit. So it really sucks that Harold Ramis is gone. But, you know, obviously this is at the heart of the story is going to involve his being dead and his daughter, obviously. And yeah, Stripes 2, Mr. Pico Boulevard. I mean, we'd always hope to see Stripes 2, where, you know, Bill Murray's character would have to break out Harold Ramis' character because he was accused of sexual assault even though he didn't do anything, and they break him out of jail, and then they get even with all the people who lied in court at the military base. It was a great idea. I think the script, it should have happened. Leah's sister's here for some reason. Yeah, at least Harold was in the video game. The video game really is wonderful. If you didn't play the video game, first of all, do you guys remember when the video game came out in, what was it, 2009 or 8 or 2012? I don't even remember when the video game came out now. But I remember playing it and being like, this is awesome, dude. This is the game I always wanted to play as a kid. Isn't it the game you guys wanted to play as a kid too? You wanted to have the proton packs and be like, and like really shooting the ghosts, like really cool. And we always got these just dumb Ghostbusters games when we were kids. Like the dumbest, like, Ghostbusters games. And we finally got a real Ghostbusters game that was practically the movie they wanted to create if they could have made it, so they made it in a video game. And, man, that game was great, and they just remastered it recently and released it. So I don't think a lot of people even are talking about that, but the remastered version is great. So that's something you should check out if you haven't played it or haven't checked back in that game. I actually never beat it because I got 70% through it, and then I got in a glitch, game-altering glitch that got me stuck in an area that I was unable to get out of, and I just got pissed. I was like, alright, I'm done. So I actually watched somebody beat it so I could see what happens and all the cutscenes and things like that. But I do want to play it again because it was fun. And it put on surround sound and a subwoofer, And when you first shoot that proton pack off and it makes the noise and it's like it, dude, it sounds sick. Like, dude, it's sick. I got a couple of more minutes here. If you guys want to just say it in the chat or super chat or Streamlabs down below. Donation links are all up. Chat, whatever. Thanks to Michael Sachs and to ADTR who dropped a couple bucks earlier. Or just say it in the chat. We'll be live tonight for AEW. CM Punk, AEW, I'll be live tonight as always. So as soon as AEW ends, I hope all you guys are right here. Or during AEW, I usually have the stream up so you can hang out in the chat an hour before or so. And apparently Pat McAfee has COVID, people are saying. Is that true? I haven't even looked that up. I should look it up right now. That sucks because that means that we're going to get no Pat McAfee like flipping out over Lesnar and everybody on Friday. So that really is bad news. Because McAfee was such a huge part of the commentary team. I mean, that's going to make their commentary team trash on Friday if that's a real story. That's really bad. Shit. I'm looking right now to try to see the story. We are joining forces with Mattel for product reveals on Amazon Live. Join Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole this Thursday at 3 p.m. to see exciting WWE toys. I don't know what's up with this, but Adam Cole is joining WWE Toys. Look at this. That's breaking news. I mean, what the hell's going on? Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole on Amazon Live on the 26th, on Thursday. This is on Thursday. So, man, I don't know, dude. This is weird. So, Adam Cole is going to be involved on Thursday. Mac Jones closed out joint practice with the Giants by rushing for a TD on the final play. On his way into the end zone, he lowered his shoulder into Giants DB James Bradbury and yelled, "Hold my nuts, bitch." What? This is following a period where Mac Jones went 21-23 with 2 touchdowns against the Giants. Someone said this isn't real. I don't know what this is, D. Welsh. I gotta believe that they're gonna play Mac Jones. I think Cam Newton's done. I think Cam Newton's gonna be sitting for the Patriots. I know that a lot of you guys aren't Patriots fans, obviously, but it's a very interesting quarterback race going on right here. So Michael, so WWE, this is your chance to call Joe Cronin at this point, right? To fill in for Pat McAfee, because I can be the hype guy, you know. I always thought I was going to be a serious announcer, or I was going to be a heel announcer, or something like that. But you know, WWE, if you need me to be the hype man, I can fill in. You know, we can have some fun. So, in fact, I just got a text message from Pro Wrestling Tees. AEW Unrivaled Series 6 figures now available. Get Chris Jericho, Shida, Hager, MJF, Penta, and Phoenix. Shop now from my buddies over at Pro Wrestling Tees. So, wow. Troy texted me to tell me he's not going to be able to get the Xbox Halo Special Limited Edition Halo Xbox. Sorry, Troy. I'm probably never going to have a new Xbox. So, yep, Pat McAfee tested positive for COVID, so we won't have Pat McAfee this Friday. We probably won't have him next Friday, so that's 2 Fridays of no Pat McAfee, who has been a delicious sex god on commentary for the WWE. But hey, that stinks. That's too bad. Dude, when he freaked out over Lesnar or something, or was it Lesnar? And he was like, yes! Dude, that was great. That's all he yelled. That's all he said. Michael Cole was like, oh my goodness. And then Lesnar was coming out, and Pat McAfee just goes, yes! Just that alone was awesome. Like, it added, the whole thing felt legitimate. As opposed to Michael Cole's call about Becky's return. Oh my god! Oh my god! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! No, 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 no! No, 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 no! Fucking someone, dude, I would have slapped Cole if I was sitting next to him. Like, oh no, you're not serious, no. You're gonna be kidding me, no! No, 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 no! No, 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 no! That was the worst thing. That's the worst call of a return of anybody that I ever heard. Ever. And listen, Michael Cole was decent the other night. He was better than usual. Michael Cole is the best producing announcer that there's ever been in the WWE, maybe besides Vince McMahon himself. But it's Michael Cole's ability to deal with Vince McMahon in the production in the back and organize the outside and the front that's amazing with Michael Cole. But his calls sometimes are the cringiest things ever, and that is the worst call of all time. Pat McAfee yelling, yes! Is better than, far better than Michael Cole's, no, 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 no. I love what Pat McAfee does because I feel that way when I call indie shows. When I call independent wrestling shows, I feel that excitement. You know, I almost wish some more people had video of me calling independent shows because I am so hyped up about things. And if you listen to my last call at, JT Dunn versus Teddy Goods, I was legitimately so into that match. And I didn't know the outcomes. I didn't want to know the outcomes of anything that night. Unless there's something major that needs to be called a certain way, I don't want to know it. And they were like, okay, yeah, there's some things, but there's nothing crazy that you won't figure out. And I'm like, okay, I got it. I didn't know anything going into the call at New England All-Star Wrestling's last event. That's on Title Match Wrestling Network if you guys want to watch it. And I had a blast. There was no one on commentary with me. It was just me, myself. And I don't think I really I sat much. I was almost standing the whole time. And I was so happy, man. I had so much fun calling that show. You know, Brian Malonis being there wrestling was great to see Brian Malonis. So I was jacked about calling one of his matches. You know, I've called Brian Malonis matches for 8 years. And to see him on the stage that he is in Ring of Honor and where he's come to, and you know, it's a guy that helped me in the ring 10 years ago, 11 years ago, helped me in the ring. You know, briefly, but he did, and it's just crazy to see him operate still as this massive Brian Malonis, the Kingpin, and I love calling, dude. Carmelo is killing it in NXT. I mean, I grew in the business. I was working when this guy had his first match. You know what I mean? I watched this guy wrestling chaotic wrestling, and it's just like Kofi Kingston. You know, I actually, that's different because I wrestled Kofi Kingston, but this is a guy that I watched come in and work his way up, and he gets called up to NXT, and now he's like featured on NXT. Christian Casanova, now Carmelo Hayes, all the guys. It's fun. I get excited watching because I've seen all the stories. I've seen everything these guys have done on the independent scene, and I get pumped up for that. So I can't imagine being on a WWE stage to call these matches or call these things that go down, call the stories. your adrenaline level has got to be way up, you know, which is why I love Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness. His Nigel McGuinness is controlled. I don't know, controlled. I want to say controlled chaos or controlled enthusiasm that he has is perfect. I think Nigel and Mauro were the best things in WWE announce team in a long time, and I think McAfee and Cole are pretty good at this point too. But you know, I still think that eventually Cole wants to get somebody else in his spot as he takes over a more producer role in the company. And quite honestly, if Vince McMahon ever something happens to him, God forbid, happens to Vince McMahon, I gotta believe that Michael Cole is a guy that they would put in the position, you know, in the back next to Pritchard and Kevin Dunn, with controlling and helping the broadcast team make the decisions with whoever the decision maker is at that point. I don't know if it's Triple H, Shane McMahon. You know, I don't know who takes over the seat at that point. I don't know if Triple H says, hey, listen, I'm going to do Raw. You know, Shane McMahon's going to do SmackDown. And, you know, Michael Cole's going to be the lead producer, you know, sitting next to the right-hand guy. I don't know. I don't know what would happen. But the guy's valuable as far as that goes. You know, it's just that...
Shit,
Oh,
Mom!
shit. Brian!
You become...
What's going on, brother?
Big good evening from UK. Thanks for all the streams over weekend, kept me going in work. Love you, Joe.
Oh, man, I love you too, man. Thank you for that. Thank you so much, dude. Brian, I'm trying to do more podcasts, but we'll see what happens this week. I'm trying to get in that moment. You know, trying to do the wrestling and then some outside wrestling stuff. And obviously me and Jake, we're going to do a lot of recording this week, but Jake is in such bad shape that we're just saving Jake for... Hopefully Jake can make out of nowhere. He's got the thing in the box. We don't know what the hell Sith Negan sent to Jake. So Thursday's going to be huge right here on Out of Nowhere Thursday night. And of course tonight we're going to be live after AEW. I'm going to have the chat up probably an hour or so before AEW ends, so you guys can come in here and chat and talk about AEW and what's been going on, and we can have a lot of fun. Thank you, Brian. Was that 15 pounds? What's 15 pounds in the U.S.? Is that like $8? Thank you, man. That's huge, brother. I've been live for about an hour now, so that means I made $16 an hour, so that's good, right? That's almost minimum. That's like the McDonald's wage. That's what we need. Winds of Change, Wade Barrett. I'm watching AEW tonight, says Jimmy Joyce. It's $20. Oh, it's $20 US? Are you serious? Oh, shit. That's right, you're right, because their money's worth more than ours. So, yeah, shit, that might be $20. You're right. So that's 20 plus 6, 7. That's $27. Take away taxes and 30% that Google takes. So $27, guys. I've made $27 in the last hour. So take away 60%. What's 60% take away $27? Well, half of 27 is what is it? 13 or something? 13 something? 6, 26. It's about $13. So half of it's 13. So take away another 10%. So it's like I made like $12. Made like 11. I made like $11. Made about $11.50. So I made like $11.50 probably, or $11.75, or almost $12, something like that. Because 30% goes to Google, and 30% goes to taxes. So yeah, so that's really how much I made. Okay, there we go. I mean, I'm serious, because if 25% of everything I make goes to taxes and fees, 25%. And 5 extra percent I take out because I owe the government $50,000. So take 25%, which is taxes, then take 5%, which is owed taxes that I put in the bank so I can send the money back so the government gets money. And then take 30% if it's a super chat, because Google takes 30% if it's a super chat. So you're talking about at least usually 50% of whatever I get is going right to Google or the government. Yeah, it's crazy. Isn't that weird? If you use Streamlabs down below, they don't take anything. I think it's like 1% from PayPal and stuff like that. But Super Chats, Google takes 30%. So right there, 30%. Then take away the taxes. That's 50%. Think about it. It's 50%. If you use Streamlabs down below, then it's only taxes. Only 25% come out of that with taxes. So if you donate $100 on Streamlabs down below, I have to take 25% out. So I made $75. But if you donate $100 under Super Chat, then I really get about $45 to $50 because Google takes 30%, taxes are 20-something%. You know, something like that. So it's crazy. What up, Ratnick? What up, Evan? Oh, yeah, bro. Crazy. I owe the government, yeah. Because every year I owe the government, and every year the first 2 years I screwed up my money really badly. And so every year I owe the government, and then every year I'm paying back something from the past, but every year I'm making less money than I made the year before. So it's kind of like a treading water effect that happens. But, you know, what are you going to do? I don't mind talking about it because I'm paying them back, and I'll hopefully have them paid back in the next 2-3 years. But right now, yeah, I owe them $50,000. And I got $10,000 in credit card debt, so... I try not to think about it, because if you think about it, you would probably think about suicide. So I just don't think about it. I think that the Ghostbusters Afterlife was filmed in Canada. I think it was, Kevin, you're probably right. Probably Toronto or somewhere, right? I mean, it's been a while, though, since they've filmed in Toronto, so I don't know about that. Because most of it's filmed on a farm area, right? So maybe they did go into a small town somewhere, but I thought they did sets. I thought they built sets in Nevada or California. I could be wrong, though. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. But yeah, Harold Ramis is so great. It sucks that Harold Ramis isn't here. You know, Ivan Reitman directed. His son is directing this. That's great. We're hearing that people love the movie. Unlike Ghostbusters 2016, so that's really good. I mean, dude, Harold Ramis, Egon, he's the one he directed Groundhog Day, right? I love Groundhog Day. You know, I think Ivan Reitman had a hand in all that, too. I mean, these guys have just made some great shit over the year. So I hope his son does a good job with this. And I don't know what else Ivan Reitman's son has done. And is he Ivan Reitman Jr.? I don't even know.
Duncachino? Don't mind if I do.
Man.
What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
For first time making homemade ribs and are ready.
You're ready for AEW and you're making homemade ribs? Holy shit, that's awesome, Red Comet Man. Oh my god, dude, I want to be over your house. I don't know what we're doing here. Probably gonna have to make something. But I don't know. That's crazy. Well, you know, Calgary, Alberta is where we filmed the Ghostbusters. Jason R. Reitman is a Canadian young American film director, screenwriter, best known for films like Thank You for Smoking, Juno, Up in the Air, and Young Adult. Holy shit, he made Juno and Thank You for Smoking? Shit, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Those are some pretty decent movies. So, that's interesting. I had no idea. Yeah, so we're hearing good things about the movies, so that's great. Because you don't want to hear like, oh man, there's some things in there they're gonna like, you know. But it really feels like they've gone full nostalgia. Stranger Things meets Ghostbusters. It's gonna be about the kids, but there's apparently enough witty, sarcastic humor in it will touch the old people. There's a bunch of Easter eggs in it apparently. You know, bunch of nostalgia shit. The only criticism that I saw was that there's going to be maybe some criticism about the Remember Berries. You know, the Remember Berries or the, you know, there's so much nostalgia going on at times, like, throughout it, that it's like, really, you know. But it's something that everybody kind of wants, I think, so it's okay. I'm hoping, it seems like at some point, hopefully, the old Ghostbusters are going to show up at the very end. Hopefully that's what will happen, because, I mean, you know, having the kids do the whole movie from the beginning to the end and be the ones that save the day type of thing, it's like, that could be a little bit cringy.
Duncachino?
Don't mind if I do.
Hopefully.
What's my name?
Duncachino.
It's a whole new game.
Duncachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
What are looking for tonight, are you?
That's a great point. We haven't really talked about AEW yet. I mean, we talked a little bit about it. First of all, I'm going to be live tonight, so I hope you guys are watching. I went to go, really, maybe I'll cash out my Bitcoin, guys. What's Bitcoin at? Maybe I'll cash out my Bitcoin. I don't know, right now it's like, plus, I'm at like $600, but if I get to a plus 1,000 or something, I'll probably just cash it out. I need money. Red Comet Man, thank you for the $5. I mean, I don't know, I would hope that tonight, okay, so I am a little bit concerned about something tonight. I don't know. I think the question is Punk going to get physical tonight with Darby Allin and Sting or whatever? Are they going to go that route, or are we going to go the route of Sting or CM Punk and Darby Allin finally face off tonight? Or they cut promos at some point tonight? Or are they going to go the route where they're cutting a promo against each other in the ring together at the same time, face to face? Here's what I'm going to do to you at All Out, and what you're going to do to me at All Out. And then some bad guys come out. And then we suddenly have Punk and Darby have to tag team up with Sting against 3 other guys. That is classic WWE, but it's also classic wrestling when you have 2 faces like this. They get in there, cut promos on each other, but you don't want them hitting each other and getting into that shit yet. So, what do? So will they just go with a simple promo of Punk, promo of Darby, or will they go with promos interrupted by an outside heel team? So the main event tonight is CM Punk, but you also don't want to have CM Punk in a match before his match. You want to have CM Punk debut match be at the pay-per-view. Haven't seen him in a ring yet. You want to have CM Punk in the pay-per-view. You don't want CM Punk getting physical in a match at this point. So, I would think that it will actually just be straight promo. We'll see what happens. That's it. I don't think that you want CM Punk in a match on free TV yet, until after All Out. So I think that's my opinion on that. Even though you want to, in a way, you want to start the show with that and then have it end with, okay, it's going to be Punk and Darby and Sting versus these other guys. That would draw really good numbers, draw a really good rating. But I don't know. The top 1% billionaires, billion-dollar corporations in the world cannot ever have enough or make enough money, ever. Enough said. I don't know what that... I guess I'm reading that out of context. I don't know what you guys are talking about. What up to Sith, though? Oh, he's talking about the why they want more money. I get it. Yeah, they'll never have enough money. I get it. Sith Negan says CM Punk versus Darby Allin or Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage world title as the main event of All Out. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think CM Punk's match is probably going to be the main event. I can't believe that Kenny Omega and Christian Cage is now the main event. No way. I never would ever put that AEW title almost on, not the main event or the last match, but yeah, I think that the CM Punk match is probably going to be the final match of the night. I mean, you could do it in the middle of the show or towards the end, and that would be nice, I think, because what if he can't go too long, and it's his first match back, and why not save the solid championship match for the end? But I think you're getting into Chris Jericho Triple H WrestleMania territory if you do that to Kenny Omega and Christian. So I really do think that I would just go with that's the main event. Despite what I thought about Punk in the ring and what's going to happen, I would just say, let's just make that the main event. Screw it. J-Rod, I think that's what we are going to get. Promos against each other tonight, and that's it. Now, it's potential that Darby Allin and Sting could get in a tag match tonight against somebody who interferes in their little promo situation. But that's about it. Anyway, I'll be live right here after AEW with all you guys. With maybe Jake. I don't know if Jake's going to make it tonight. He might make it. He might not. Oh, fuck me. There goes my fucking phone because everybody's blowing up my phone with shit. What the fuck is going on? Troy's like, check Walmart. They're saying that they're gonna have the Halo Xbox. Check Walmart. And Troy's like messaging me, you could probably get it. Check Walmart. I'm like, Troy, I'm not, because I said to him, I go, I'm never gonna get it. And he goes, check Walmart. I'm like, no, dude, I mean, because I'm not gonna pay for it. I don't think he understands. I'm not gonna pay for Xbox limited edition. I'm a dad who has, I owe bills. I have all these things. Like, I take my money and I spend it on bills and feeding my kids and school stuff for the kids going back to school. I'm not gonna buy a limited edition Xbox, Halo Xbox. Are you watching, Troy? Troy, if you're watching, man, thank you, but I'm not gonna spend $500 or whatever it is on a limited edition Xbox. Bless your heart, though. But I cannot. That's hilarious. Imagine if I did that. I was like, yo, let me just do this. And then like a couple months later, we're like, oh, we can't. We lost our house. Ryback is crap. He owes the fucking government. What up, Jimmy Joyce? I know, right? What the fuck are you... Why would I pay? I can't pay for stuff like that. I mean, yeah, remember a couple years ago? Yeah, last year I didn't even buy Madden. I was like, I was going to play the old Madden. Because I wasn't going to buy myself a video game. And then, Dirty, goddamn bought me Madden. And he bought me Madden this year, too, thanks to him. That I can play Madden. That's crazy. I wouldn't buy that stuff. I don't know. Troy, stop texting me. Troy, you get it. And someday I'll buy it off you when I'm rich. Limited edition dildo, says Lewis. What up, Lewis? That'd be sick. A purple one that like glows green in the inside. That'd be wild. Well, Adam Cole is doing a WWE signing for their toy figures Thursday. So I don't understand that. I don't understand how Adam Cole is doing that. So allegedly his contract is up or whatever, but someone else is telling me that his contract doesn't actually officially end until the end of the week, so we're not seeing him Wednesday. So we're not seeing Adam Cole tonight. So anybody thought that Adam Cole was going to be there tonight, he definitely will not be, because apparently his clause expires Sunday. So, and Pat McAfee has COVID, so we're not going to get Pat McAfee Friday. So yeah. So Lydia, so his contract. So he could be doing, this signing makes sense because he's still under contract to do obligations and things like that. So we'll see. All right, I'll see you guys tonight for AEW Dynamite. CM Punk's first appearance on Dynamite tonight. It is going to be so fun to watch tonight, and then it's going to be so fun to get the ratings tomorrow. I am licking my balls to get the ratings tomorrow. That's going to be fun. The best call ever was when Lesnar came out at SummerSlam and McAfee just went, yes! Like the best. Alright, guys. I salute you all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for anybody who donated, man. Red Comet Man, Brian, Jardine, and ADTR, Michael Sachs Jr., and we also had Illuminati Mafia subscribed, and English of Geesh subscribed. Thank you for that. What's up to everybody else? Shout out to Sith Negan. And I'll be live tonight right here after AEW Dynamite. What is going to happen? I'm feeling wet.
Shit bomb!
Let's be honest.
You become
Oh, shit.
a shit bomb.
Do we see Brian at All Out Joe?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. We know that AEW really likes to debut somebody at the pay-per-views. They love to debut people at the pay-per-views with the lights out and things like that. So I'm going to say that it's in Chicago. It's a big show. I would hold him to Dynamite. I would hold him to Dynamite after All Out. Because that All Out is really about CM Punk in Chicago and that whole thing happening. So it'd be tempting to give them something special like Daniel Bryan showing up, but I just think that's rough, man. That's hard to say. I would probably bring out Daniel Bryan on Dynamite the week after, or that week after All Out. So I'm going to say no, and I'm going to say Daniel Bryan Wednesday Dynamite following All Out. That's me. But they are known to love to debut somebody during a pay-per-view. So Dynamite in New York is when Bryan Danielson will debut, says Sith Negan. I agree with Sith Negan. That Dynamite in New York, because that's that big, sold-out, huge show that they're going to be doing, which is mirroring the big, sold-out Chicago show that they just did. So I believe you're right. Daniel Bryan will debut at that New York show. So there you go. That's my actual answer. You're right. Because they got to sell tickets to that, anticipation to that. And, I think that I still think CM Punk is actually a bigger draw, believe it or not, but I think that the value of Daniel Bryan is going to be that all those former recent WWE fans of the last 6 years, will be like, oh shit, I got to check that out. Whereas CM Punk is bringing in fans from the last, 15 to 20 years, where they're like, oh shit, I got to check that out. So we'll see what happens, man. The rating is going to be huge tonight. I mean, it's going to be massively eye-opening what happens on the rating tonight. Okay, I'll see you guys tonight. And check out the Patreon, man. We just hit 325 patrons. And my name is Hannibal. And I have hepatitis C. And Triple H was afraid that I would, even though he was afraid that I would give him hepatitis. And that's why he terminated my contract. Because of hepatitis C. But I don't have it anymore. If I could find Abdullah the Butcher in a corner alley, I would carve off his penile hole. I'll see you guys tonight for a AEW review. And I've got hepatitis C.